attorney Dwayne Hobson here, and I just want to quickly go over the breaking news that Young Thug has accepted a plea deal in his trial. A lot of y'all may know this is one of the longest running trials, criminal trials in American history. 2 years, which just took a lot of time, resources, went through so many different judges. I want to say it was on their third or fourth judge. And so this trial has finally concluded. As the biggest highlight is that he accepted a plea deal. Basically, it was a bunch of different counts he pleaded guilty to. Some of the bigger counts he pleaded no lolo. He did a no low plea, and that basically means that hey, I plead either guilty or not guilty, but I would accept the sentence for it. So he pleaded did a no low plea on the big things, and for the smaller things he pleaded guilty, and so he got consecutive sentences. The mainly it's 20 years with five to serve, but those 5 years end up being granted time served, and he's on 15 years probation. That's a long time to be on probation. On probation, you can slip up one time and you right back in jail. That's really tough being on probation. But that's a heck of a deal compared to what he was looking at. That's a huge deal compared to what he was looking at. And I was just like, man, kudos to his attorneys, Brian Steele, can't remember the bald black guy name. But man, those guys, they did a heck of a job. Whatever they charge you, Young Thug, pay it. Pay it. They earned their money because, boy, I learned so much watching this trial. I love sports and I love being a lawyer. So watching updates of this trial was like watching some football film, watching basketball film, like just watching these clips every now and then, updates. I did a couple, I think one video on the trial. I want to do more, but I ain't have time. It was like, watching this great attorneys at work. I know the prosecution caught a lot of flack for how they was putting together the case, but I enjoy watching some of the highlights of the prosecution as well. But the defense attorneys, Attorney Brian Steele, oh, he's going down in lawyer history. Cause man, he got a great outcome. Thug is going home. Out, he was facing all those charges. That I was just watching the sentencing hearing and how he was still arguing. He was like, I told Thug not to take it. I'm paraphrasing because I feel like we win this trial. And so, but Thug didn't want to go 3 more months without possibly seeing his kids. So he making his own decision to put in this non-negotiated plea. They couldn't narrow down all the details of the plea. So he and them have to do a non-negotiated plea agreement. But man, that was some great lawyering by Brian Steele and his team and the other lawyers involved, man. Kudos to y'all. I learned a lot from watching you guys. Let's go over some quick things, notable things the from the plea agreement. One of the biggest things is that he cannot come back to Atlanta for 10 years. He could come back from like a wedding for 48 hours, funerals and graduations, but he got to leave within 48 hours of the event occurring. But that's pretty interesting. He can't come to Atlanta for 10 years. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not reading verbatim. Then he got to do 100 hours of community service. So those two of the big things that stick out, and that's pretty interesting. Of course, with him taking his plea deal and pleading guilty to some of the charges, he's not gonna be around guns. And so I wonder how's that gonna work with you being on tour and having to have security? You can't be around guns. I may need to read these articles a little deeper and to see how does that work. I never represented a client who was a music artist, so I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how it works when you're on probation and you're a superstar. I'm sure your thugs gonna want to go on tour again. And so that's some of the interesting things that come out top of my head. And yes, he has taken the plea deal. He's sentenced to 20 years, five for time served. He's going home. If not today, he's going home within the next 48 hours. And man, that was some great lawyering. I think one of the biggest things why they did go ahead and negotiate because they was nearing a mistrial. The mistrial sounds good, but it would have gave the state an opportunity to rebring another trial after they got their stuff together. So I think for both sides, the state and the defense, they didn't want, it's better to accept the plea deal than having to relitigate the whole entire case. But I guess you really have to depend on like if you relitigate the whole entire case and not become a felon. I can't remember Young Thug's already a felon or not. Then you have to think about that too. And so man, that was a cool uh outcome, great outcome. And I'm excited because I was just like, wow, I didn't. That was he's going home. He didn't get any bail. He couldn't. He been sitting in jail for 2 years, but he's going home after 2 years just on probation. He needs to pay Brian Steele all the money he can. All right, this was a quick one. You see, I'm at the house. I just had to react to this real quick because of this. It just happened like 2 hours ago. I'm actually in the middle of typing some pleadings. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. And if you guys want to see a more detailed one to actually reaction to this case, I did a video about 2 months ago when I reacted to Brian still being arrested in court. Was another epic moment by him. I'm trying not. Let me calm down. I feel like I'm you know drinking too much Brian Steele juice. I'm gonna slow down because I'm a lawyer, licensed attorney as well. I don't want to be deriding too hard. All right, but yeah, check that video out, y'all. Like, well, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on this one.